What is going on, players? And welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. It's the end of season review, our second season in charge of ANGERS, the 2024-25 season. And what a season it was, my friends. If you have missed what happened in the last couple of episodes, we finished 5th in the league, which is so much higher than was expected. The media had predicted us 14th place, and we've only gone and finished 5th. So, whoop whoop. Could have been better as well. So, you know, we could have topped Strasbourg, who were a surprise, to say the least, in the season. But we're not going to go into all that. We had a fantastic season, and I am delighted. Signing wise, we have had some quite good signings. Niang, very expensive. Didn't do terribly. 6.98. Can't really complain about that. But look at that. Calantari, 41 games, 22 goals, 16 assists. A lot of those games were out in the wing. The board are they're content with the deal, mainly because he agreed to a lower wage than would be expected to pay someone of his ability. I'm surprised he hasn't looked for a new contract. Illich had a 7.21. The guy came in, and I was not 100% sure if he was going to be the player we needed, but oh my god, he had a fantastic season. The board are very pleased, mainly due to not having to pay a transfer fee, because they did come in on a pre-contract, even though his wages are on the high side. Poor Elastra got 4 appearances. You know, it's kind of hard. Chilufa, again, another player did not expect anything of, and he ran the left wing all season. He does have interest. He did. I don't know if he still does. He had interest from Saudi Arabia, so we might end up actually losing him this season. But the board expected a top half finish. Feel like it was mid-table is what they were looking for, but they're saying top half here. We got 5th. We sold 68%. Well, average attendance was 68%, not sold. League-wise, the Graca, 29 goals, and the board confidence is down to a B-. Delighted that the team qualified for the Europa League through their participation in the League 1 this season. Reached 11th round, and that is exactly what we did in the French Cup. Don't really care about the French Cup, to be honest. Moments to remember. So the biggest win was 8-1 against Bordeaux, which was an absolute smash of a game. Matches to remember: 6-1 against Reims. I would have assumed Bordeaux would have been the match to remember, but what do I know, I suppose. And the goal of the season was Kitolano's 43rd minute marvellous goal from the central midfielder as he dribbles the ball from within his own half before scoring a well-struck effort from 24 metres. Not... club reputation-wise, stayed the same. I'm pretty sure we were a 3-star at the start of the season. Obviously not. Sponsorship-wise, we have had a marginal increase this year. Broadcast revenue is down just a smidge. Hospitality and corporate went up. Competition prize money rocketed up because of our fantastic finishing position. And match day commercial and retail went up as well. If we could sell more seats in our stadium, then everything would be fantastic. But we did sell just shy of 1 million in total merchandise. Just shy of 100k that. It's always 10%. Always 10%. Shirt sales, 7,416 shirts sold, mostly with Calantari on the back, Niang, Illich, De Grasa, why did I put a Spanish accent on? De Grasa, and Embolo. I'm surprised by Embolo. He didn't get a huge amount of games this year, but okay, I guess. Our team of the season, how we lined up: Clayton in goal, bar the fact that he had a couple of mistakes in this year. He was definitely our number one goalkeeper. Orvik and Ole Aina. Yeah, I suppose Ole Aina only played 19 games. Who else played left? I suppose left back was one position we didn't really have a set player in. Nathan and Inache as our central defence. Illich and Kitlano in central midfield. Niang and Chilufa as our wide men. De Graca and Kalantari as the strike force. That is, yeah. Look at those scoring. Oh, 9 assists for De Graca, 30 goals. Kalantari 16 assists, 22 goals. Oh, I would be very surprised if Kalantari is still here when you're back at the end of before the first game of the season. But the fans' player of the season was Marco De Graca. Young player of the season was De Graca. Goal of the season went to Kitlano, as we saw. De Graca scored 29 goals. Most assists for the league went to Kalantari with 15. De Graca had 5 player of the matches and a 7.3 as the highest average rating. Most overall goals by a player in a season was De Graca 30, so these are record breakers. Most goals by a player in a season was 29 for De Graca. Most goals by a player in a match, Kalantari got 4, and in a league match. And the worst discipline, Nathan, 14 yellow cards, 1 red. Didn't win any competitions. It's kind of to be expected. I did request the junior coaching budget was increased while we have the money. They said no, so I'm going to say we'd be left behind by our rivals. Don't care. I can't stress how important I believe this to be. Similar ambition. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So, players inducted into the overall best 11. De Graca has made it in as the striker. Chu is going to be coming back for next season. I originally hadn't planned on playing with wingers, but now that we have, because I had we had him, I think we probably wouldn't have gone out and spent so much money on strikers / wingers. But this is definitely still not our team. Clayton is sitting on the bench. Orvik's on the bench. Schallenberg, Chilufa, and Toure all on the bench. So we're getting there. We're starting to make this team our own. The XG for the season, so our XG was 84.8. We actually scored 105 goals. Our XG points were 63.7. We actually got 70. And with all that, our expected points position was 5th, and we managed to get it. So we were a busy, leaky defence, while aggressive and clinical. The only team that was leakier, the only team that was worse than us for conceding goals was Bordeaux. But no one else was as clinical and aggressive in the goal scoring department as we were. So for next season, the board wants to play attacking, entertaining football. Not a bother. Work within the wage budget we've been doing. Sell or sign players to sell for a profit. I have absolutely no control over those two things, but I will certainly do the entertaining, attacking football. Minimum 3-year contracts. They weren't looking for us to do that this year. So, or they were like, there was favoured, but they didn't really care. So, like, I have no problem doing it, but I have absolutely no way of actually doing it. They want us to finish in the top half again. I think that's going to be a little more difficult with Europe. But at most, or minimum, we have 6 games in Europe. I'd be rather surprised if we make it through the group stage. Completely depending on what we get in the transfer window. So what our director of football decides to do for us. And then they just kind of want us to maintain top half finish. I'm not going to complain about anything. I'm just going to leave everything there. Still no team leaders. We definitely need to work on that. End of season team meetings. Let's see what we're going to want to do next season. Come back refreshed because I'm aiming to qualify for the Europa Cup next time. We'll go top half. That's what the board wants. That's the kind of ambition we should all be aiming for. Exactly the direction I was after. Delighted we share the same level of ambition. A good account of ourselves in the Europa League. I'm not going to overpromise on that because I genuinely don't think we're going to be capable of doing anything else. Nobody cares about the promises. I don't like doing promises before the start of the season because I have no control over what goes on. So I could promise them the world and then end up not being able to promise to do anything because the director of football might end up destroying everything in the summer. Plenty of injuries, which is there's a lot of injuries. Okay, squad is off until the 30th of June, and we are going to be traveling to China or USA. I think we go to America. So the 7th of July, we're going over to America for 10 days. Kind of curious to see who's going to be over in America with us. Potentially, we could try and get an affiliate in America. So that would be interesting. What do I think we need for next season? If I was making signings, I'd potentially sell Clayton, and possibly give Lefel a chance as the starting goalkeeper for next season. Although I would probably struggle with that decision. I would need a huge offer for Clayton. Could do it. Definitely need centre backs. We're horrendously short on centre backs. Left back, I think we're okay for left backs. Right backs, I'd say we're fine unless Orvik does decide to leave. Because, like I said, he does have plenty of interest. Potentially a central midfielder. Because we are losing Norman. So yeah, we've like 3 central midfielders. Yeah, 3 central midfielders. Definitely need more of them. Wingers, I think we're fine. Strikers, I don't see a huge need for strikers, to be honest, because you have Christiolo will be coming back from his loan from Auxerre as well. Not sure. Plus we have those players coming in. So we've Craig Wilson, Lehadby and Capado coming in. The director of football decided to wait until like the day before, which is like the last time it comes up saying like the players are going to be leaving within a week or something. He threw in an offer for Alan Samu Likaby. Put in an offer for him. He signed a contract. He won't be joining until 2027. So, good job. But we have them coming in. So we have a centre back coming in, a striker, and a winger. So pretty much every position I said we didn't need players, we have players coming in. So that's fantastic. So the next time you see us, we're going to be back at the start, the day the first game of the season kicks off. But we're going to just have a look and see what transfers are done up to that point. And if we maintain how well we did this year, I think we're going to be in fantastic situation. So we have 3 million overall balance. We don't actually have a transfer budget yet. I'm going to just pop forward once more to see if we get a budget, because that would be nice to know. Do you know what my director of football is going to have to spend in the summer, basically. So what I'm gonna. Nope, there we go. So, okay, we're getting an affiliate club. I don't get control over it. Don't like that. But our initial budget is 700k wages and a transfer budget of 1.85 million. We've already. I feel like this definitely not enough, but I have a suspicion the director of football is going to start selling a lot, and our facilities no longer rank where they once did. Training facilities have been affected. Delightful. Fantastic. Have I made it onto the... like... No. I was hoping I made it onto like favourite personnel. No. Of course not. So we are going to... Oh, actually, has my profile increased? No. It has not. But I'm pretty sure I'm studying for Continental Pro. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that in the summer. Because I think I'm doing the Continental Pro license. Anyway, we will be back in just a second for you. It's probably going to take me a little while because I have to just mash the spacebar until we get to the start of the season. So don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are, my friends. This is going to be an interesting one. Right, fellas. First game of the season has arrived. And as I said in the last part of this episode, we are going to look at the transfers. And oh my god. the director of football has been busy. One thing I should start this with: lots of players have left, lots of players have signed, and some very, very, very good players are currently under offer. So one of them literally just happened this morning in game. So I'm a little bit frightened about what's going to happen. But PSG, just a little precursor before this starts, they've won 5-0 at the start of the season yet again. So they beat, okay, last year they beat Toulouse 3-0, but the year before 6-0 against Bordeaux, 4-1 against Reims, 3-0 against Toulouse. Like, they dominate the first game of the season. Beat Saint-Étienne 3-1 the first season. Could have sworn they'd scored 5 in the opening game of the season every season since we arrived, but clearly I was wrong. So yeah, like I said, transfers have been insane. Finance wise, we have 4 million in the bank. We're losing 10 million a month. We're 10 days into the month and we already lost 10 million. We have just 5.75 million transfer budget left and about 30k in wages. So very curious what the director of football is going to do. But we have some interesting transfers. Bustos was offered and he rejected the contract. But as you can see, Clayton is wanted by West Brom. 20 million has been accepted. Lefel, thankfully, the offer was rejected from Leon. Orvik has 8 offers. He rejected a bunch of contracts. A bunch of offers have been rejected, but West Brom and Leeds are in for him. So West Brom might be taking our best goalkeeper and our best right back. Fantastic. De Graca also had a bunch of offers come in. He threw up he got angry because the first offers weren't accepted. And then Brescia came in with 17 million. It's been accepted and he's currently going through the contract. And as you can see, Calantari is wanted by Arsenal for 63 million. So there is no way in hell I can talk him out of leaving. He is gone, assuming the contract talks go the way they want. And I'm hoping they don't, because I could really do with keeping Calantari. So yeah, that's what's currently in the offing at the moment. For transfer history, as you can see, we've spent 16 million. 21.5 has come in. We're only going to talk about important players that have left, because there's no point in going through everybody, because there's a lot of players in here that I did not care about. So Cermak has gone to Ream on loan, which is very disappointing because I really thought he was going to be mainstay in the first team this year. Kutsea, you might remember, played a handful of games for us last season. We doubled our money on him. He signed for 700k, has gone to Bordeaux for 1.4 million. Anyone else important? Stankovic has gone up back to Lithuania on loan. Denore went to Ural for 2.1 million. So I think we made a profit on him. We did 500,000 on a player we played 12 times and was terrible. Yusufi, I had no idea this guy even existed. Sold him for 725k to Moroccan side, Wydad Casablanca. Kevin Boma has left for Vabonse in Italy. Everton left for Anderlecht for 1.4 million. So we sold him for what we bought him for, I think. Yeah, and he went out on loan last year. He was decent, but never quite good enough. Norrington Davies has been sent out on loan to Metz, which screwed us over because he's our starting left back. Because Oleaina has not come back. He's gone back to Middlesbrough. We're not going to see him again, I don't think. Matthias Lopez has gone on loan to Ajaccio again. Olivier Jallet has gone to New York. On loan. Laharbi has gone to Belenenses in Portugal on loan. Kind of interesting. I thought he was going to give him the opportunities this year. Then again, I said that when he came back from Zaragoza last season, and we didn't really do that. Emirelli has gone to Michelin for potentially 4.1 million. He is the Azerbaijan striker who never got a chance with us. He signed, got angry, and then left. which is pretty much what you want to see. Sasha Mbaka, who a player I was definitely going to give opportunities to this year. He was getting opportunities last year before he went out on loan. He went to Ipswich for 180k. Zakiri has gone to Spartak Moscow for 6.75 million. Bengidim went to Grenoble on loan. Player I'm not overly... he's fine. I don't think he's... Me. Any other important... Bramaud has gone on loan to Granville. He was a player that I thought was going to get more opportunities this year. It's not getting a bus anyway. Nathan left for Spartak Moscow. The director of football rejected an offer from, was it Tenerife, for 8 million, something like 8 million. He drew a strop, and now he's gone to Spartak Moscow for 5.5 million. Fantastic. Richard Davies has gone to Ajaccio on loan. Definitely could have done with him. We're somewhat short of central midfielders. And Furtado has finally left. He was very angry when he came back from his loan. Absolutely despises me as a human being. Fantastic. Lucas Capado, as a player you knew was already arriving, he's gone on loan to 2nd Division Bordeaux. Recently relegated Bordeaux, might I add. Chris Yolo's gone to Portugal to play for Chavez. And I think that is everything. Nico Rodriguez, the Luxembourg striker, has gone to Spain? Yeah. A new affiliate we got just before the summer. So a bunch of players went there. Be interesting to see how they get on. So currently we have 21.5 million after going out, but potential for a lot more, with Clayton going for 20 million, Orvik potentially going for 8.5 million, and Kalantari going for 63. I think he's worth more than 63 million, but what can you do? So players, we're not going to look at everybody here because a lot of them aren't first team players. Lucas Capado, as I said, has gone out on loan to Bordeaux. Looks a decent striker. Somewhat disappointed that he's been sent out on loan. Lahaji, he's after breaking his arm, I think it is. Yeah, fractured upper arm. When he broke his arm, I shook his hand, which probably not the wisest decision. I think he's going to be a decent squad player. I'm not 100% sure why they gave him important player. Definitely not going to be that. This guy, Bruno Veliu, ignore the face. This guy's a beast. He's an Albanian international, 19 years old. For some reason, we got him for free from Panathinaikos. I'm not sure why, but he's here, and he is an absolute monster. He's a wonder kid, and he's fairly determined. This guy is going to be leading our backline. Fantastic. You already knew about Craig Wilson. Not as good as I was expecting when we scouted him. He had a way higher scout report than he does actual ability. We signed Jordi Escobar, who I think is just going to be like a backup left winger, potentially. Striker. Well, he's going to be left inside forward. Can play as a striker. So he's versatile. Levante sold him to us for 1.7 million after they paid 4.1 for less than a year of him at the club. Sometimes the AI do weird things. But we've gotten him for 1.7 million, and he's now valued at 3.4. It's fine by me. Robert Lubuchich has signed from Austrian side SKN St. Polten for 4.5k. I don't understand, but he's valued at 8 million now. A decent player. Could get some games at left back because we were short left backs. Servet Tekken, don't have to worry about him. Laganes has gone out on loan. He's terrible. Florian De Silva is an attack midfielder, central midfielder, winger. Can play right back, not really, but can, on loan from Leon, who was on loan in Portugal last season and had a fairly good year. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on. He's not going to be a first team player straight away, partially because he's on loan, but we'll see what happens. Then we signed Ziad El Shawway from Austria Vienna. Austrian. I thought he was of, somewhere else. No, just straight Austrian. Left back who is actually right footed, but he's played a lot of games. He is a left back option. Didn't realise, it took me ages, like 3 in-game weeks to realise he was right-footed. But he looks decent. So we're going to see how he gets on. It's not going to be... I don't think we're going to put our entire life on him. Ismail Casas is a right-back / left-back who was joined from Watford for 4.7 million. They paid 9.25 million and then never really played him. He was on loan last season at Saint Etienne. He's a handy utility player at the back. We signed the person... It says IBRA to Angers on the thumbnail. We signed Senad Ibrahimovic, who looks pretty decent. Like 17 finishing, 17 first touch, 16 natural fitness, 16 teamwork. This guy's pretty good. But interestingly, he was on loan at Bristol Rovers last year. And for some reason, my director of football decided to bring him in. And give him an important player contract. I don't understand, but it is FM. Director of football, does not make sense. Jonathan Penzo has come in. He's going to be our left back this season. Paid 4.7 million for him from Dijon. He's been meh for the last 2 years. 2 seasons in the Ligue 1. Not been great. We also signed Guga. This is when the director of football decided that we needed fullbacks. And we needed them all. We needed them right now. So he is a right back / left back again. More utility player. More utility players. Ex Real Madrid. And then went to Bournemouth. And now he's playing for Angers. That's the career projection you want in Europe. Start Real Madrid and then work your way down. Although, are we bigger than Bournemouth? Probably not. But yeah, we paid 4.7 million. Potential going up to 6.5 million. Don't know what the add-ons are. Never do. Because I don't read them. We signed Wendy Dan. Wendy Dan. Just that name. It's perfect. A youngster. Meh. Not meh. Again, another player who's just come from like lower league French teams. I'm teaching him to be an inside forward on the right, even though he's got 3 finishing. Not sure. I didn't really think this one through. He's unambitious and has 6 determination. This guy's never going to make it as a footballer. Unfortunately, I am sorry. And from the San Marino Academy, Tommaso Mantelli is a decent looking player. 3-star potential. When he came up in the offer of the director of football, I think he had 4.5, maybe 5-star potential. But he was like 4 grey stars. So at least he's got 1 gold star current ability. Again, 17 dribbling. Other than that, he's meh. I think a lot of the time we get like absolute bangers of players like Veliu, Calantari. They come through and you're like, these guys are good. And then sometimes you get players like Wendy Dan who are just like, why? So yeah, if we lose Clayton, we're definitely in trouble. I know I shit talked him a lot at the end of last season when he made all those mistakes. I still think we're going to struggle without him. Orlovic is another one we'd struggle without. And then we're losing our starting striker partnership from last season. It's not ideal, but we could have a potential income of 108 million. Like, that is so much money for a club where we are hemorrhaging money. But this is what we're going lining up as for the first game of the season. The Clayton offer has been in for a while, but I'm going to start him and go, although if he does leave, I kind of want to give Lafell a chance as the keeper. And Calantari, like I said, literally, where is that? Yeah, 8.48 this morning. Calantari, 51 million, potentially rising to 63. If he plays 20 games for him, we get 12.5 million, and we get a sell-on percentage. Like, I would struggle myself to reject it. But we really can't lose Calantari. He's such a good player. He's so good. Like, look at him. He's really good. And we're going to lose him to Arsenal. Of all the teams in the world, Arsenal. Also, he played in the under-21s World Euro Cup, something, or I don't know. He played in a tournament, did quite well. England did not. But we're going to lose our star player. And our vice-captain. He's not even our key player. Interesting. But yeah. in the next episode, we are going to be taking... What? Okay. Why are we at the bottom? In the next episode, we're going to be playing Brest and Nantes. So, potentially for the Nantes game, we will be without our best goalkeeper and our best striker and our second best striker and our best right back, who's also one of our best centre backs. This is going to be a hard season because we also have the Europa League to play. This is going to be a hard year. It's going to be. I am hoping that my stock stays high enough that we can move very quickly, because I feel like that's what's going to happen. We have a Continental Pro license now, and we have 70% reputation. Our level of discipline is up to 20, so we have the ability to be one of the best managers this side of the world. Basically, we could be one of the best in the world. Yeah, like I said, next episode is going to be those 2 first games of the season. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, and I will see you for Nantes and Brest first, and then Nantes tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!